Okay, well, thank you very much. Kumusta tayo mga kaibigan, kababayan, kapatid dito po sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah, at saka mga kapatid, kaibigan, and kababayan natin po sa ibang parteng ng mundo. Yon mga overseas Filipino workers as well as ang mga kapatid, kaibigan, at kababayan natin dyan po sa Pilipinas. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat and welcome to our program. Ito po Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Ito po si Nico Fabian dito po sa Kota Kinabalu. Today is Thursday na, no? December 24, and those who are celebrating ang birthday nila ngayon po, I would like to say happy birthday sa inyong lahat. At the same time, those who are celebrating whatever occasions or celebrations you are celebrating, sana lang po this will be a celebration or event ninyo po that is problem-free. Problem-free po and enjoy na enjoy kayo. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat at Merry Christmas to each and every one of us. Malapit na ang Pasko po. Ilan araw na lang tapos pasok na tayo po sa Bisperas, December 24 po. And after that, the following day, Pasko na po, December 25. Let's all welcome the birth or arrival of our Savior Jesus Christ. Okay? Sa ngayon po, we are going to talk a little bit on, sabihin natin, itong issue na maingay talaga pa since yesterday. Kahapon, narinig natin po na ang isang commissioner dyan po sa Independent Commission for Infrastructure, nag-resign na po. Sino yung nag-resign? Si Commissioner Rogelio Babes Singson. He is a very respectable person natin po, a former secretary ng Department of Public Works and Highways during the time of the late Pinoy. Late Pinoy Aquino po, no? Maganda ang record niya, maganda ang reputasyon niya po. And when he was appointed or invited to be part of the Independent Commission for Infrastructure, maraming mga Filipino is thinking about may pag-asa tayo kasi nandyan si Babes Singson. And I was monitoring itong hearing, ICI hearing yesterday. Nagtaka ako po, bakit wala si Babes Singson? Yun pala po, nag-resign na po. And dahil dyan po, yun na po. They said that ICI is dead. Totoo ba yun po? ICI is dead? Para sa akin po, dead, yes. At saka hindi na kailangan po. You have to stop this foolishness. This foolishness po. Walang mangyari. Nothing will happen sa ICI investigation. Sayang ang pera natin. Ang budget daw, narinig ko, ang budget natin is 41 million. Sabi ang presidente, to sustain for the operational costs ng ICI. And what is the purpose of that ICI? To investigate ang flood control projects, anomalous deals dyan po sa Pilipinas, which we saw ang taxpayers' money by the trillions po loss. And it went to irresponsible senators, not all, congressmen, government officials, top government officials po, and of course, ang mga business sector, ang mga contractors. And lumalabas na po, even ang pangalan ng ating Pangulo, si Pangulong President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, at saka ang First Lady, at saka ang anak niya po, si Congressman Sandro Marcos. Magulo ito po. Magulo. And parang para sa akin na po, this is my personal opinion, hindi na importante, ang creation of this ICI. Kasi mayroon na tayo dyan po, ang NBI. Nandoon na po ang ombudsman. Ang dami po ang mga pulis, to investigate. At saka yun, ICI po, ito ang problema sa ICI po. Wala silang subpoena power. Wala silang contempt power. Lahat na lang ginagawa nila po is only recommendatory. Mag-recommend lang sila po to the ombudsman. Tapos, ang ombudsman will receive the recommendation and they will assess it kung they have to do further investigation and whether there is a probable cause to file cases against ang mga tao nag-recommend ang ICI. Yun lang po. Ang ICI cannot even supena ang tao magpunta doon sa hearing nila. Ang ICI cannot even supena na magbigay sa kanila mga documents. Ang ICI cannot even cite in contempt in the event ang resource person or invited person to face the ICI po. They cannot even contempt po. No? Kung totoo ba yon ang resource person is studying or hindi, the most that ICI can do is just to listen to them and evaluate. See? And worst thing po, ICI is not transparent. But later on, we will talk about it po. So, ano muna po, para sa akin po, let's, tayo mga Filipino, let's again be in one voice po, calling for the demolition of this, stop this ICI po. Sayang ang pera ng bayan. Sayang ang taxpayers' money po. Because tayo yan, we are paying ang mga sweldo, ang mga expenses ng ICI. Tama na yan po. Ang dami na. We lost a lot of money. And wala tayong sabihin natin things to see na we can be proud of ang ICI. That is my own opinion. Anyway, let's go back ang issue, ang resignation ni Commissioner Rogelio Babe Singson po as part of the ICI. Nandito, I have a report coming from GMA5, GMA5 po, and let's watch and listen to this video clip.
Ano raw ang napag-usapan ni Erice at Singson?
Well, we already heard yung versyon ng ICI, yung official version ng ICI kung bakit daw bumitiw si dating Secretary Babe Singson sa ICI. Pero yung mga text exchanges sa pagitan ni Singson at ni Congressman Edgar Erice na kasama niya dati nung panahon ni Pinoy, they are very revealing. Kasi ito binigit sa amin ni Erice, pinag-usapan nila, very disappointed daw si Babe Singson dun sa suporta o kakulangan ng suportang binibigay ng Malacanang dun sa ICI. In fact, I'll just paraphrase kasi si Erice is also paraphrasing yung text message exchanges nila. Ang sabi raw ni Babe Singson, why will I risk myself, my family, and our privacy to be the washing machine of Malacanang? Hindi lang the washing machine, punching bag pa. So ganun kalalim yung hugot at yung pagkadismaya ni Babe Singson sa apparently kakulangan ng suportang binibigay ng Malacanang doon sa ICI. Ito ang bahagi namin interview kay Edgar Erice.
ICI is dead. Yung text message niya, sabi niya sa akin, why would I risk my life and my family just to solve Malacanang's problem?
Bigat ng payag ni dating Secretary Singson, no? Pero Bok, ano ang suportang hinahanap niya?
Well, ang pagkakasabi kasi ni Erice, from the very start, mahigpit daw ang request talaga ni Babe Singson for several measures to be put in place para mabigyan ng kapangyarihan ng ICI. Among them, yung the power to cite witnesses in contempt, and the power to cite the agencies in contempt if they fail to appear or to submit documents. As well, immunity, the power of immunity para hindi sila habulin in the future ng kanilang mga ipoprosecute dito sa ICI. At least yung dalawang yun. Pangatlo, nabanggit na ni Erice kanina, medyo kulang sila sa fiscal autonomy. Hanggang ngayon daw, gumagamit pa rin sila ng DOJ lawyers. Wala silang sariling battery of lawyers na talagang kanila that they can count on. So may konting question dun sa independence nga ng ICI. So yun, iniintay nila actually, iniintay ni Singson actually, is mag-certify ng urgent ang Malacanang ng isang panukala na nagbibigay ng mga kapangyarihan ito sa ICI para sila makausad at makahugot ng mga tao, mga testigo at ng mga dokumento ng may otoridad na hindi lamang umaasa sa paki.
At Bok, matagal nang usap-usapan na may gustong magbitiw sa ICI. Ito ba si Singson na ba yun?
Well, that's interesting kasi it turns out that as early as October, mga October 7, nag-privilege speech si Erice and he revealed na merong isang miyembro ng ICI daw na gusto na magbitiw. October to and this was just 1 month after makreate ang ICI, which was created in September. So 1 month after that, meron na nag-iisip magbitiw sa ICI dahil daw sa kakulangan ng suporta in terms of power and authority ng ICI. Ngayon, si Erice is saying na from the very start, si Babe Singson ang kanya nire-refer nung privilege speech niya na yan noon pang Oktubre. So, unfortunately, tumagal lang ganoon from October until December, hindi gumalaw yung mga panukala na magbibigay ng kapangyarihan sa ICI. At yun hanggang ngayon, ang iniintay daw ni Babe Singson. Unfortunately, we talked to Claire Castro, yung Palace Press Officer, nung linggo lamang, at we asked about yung possibility na isa-certify as urgent nga itong mga panukalang ito. Sa interview namin kay Claire Castro, sabi niya, parang hindi ganun kainit yung Malacanang na ipursige ito. Dahil, for example, PNP daw and NBI, they don't have contempt powers and yet they are able to do their own investigation. So, they were going slow as far as that is concerned. And apparently, isa yan sa mga hugot ni Babe Singson.
Okay, yun po, narinig natin ang report coming from GMA5, no? And ako po and several or a lot of Filipinos dito sa Sabah po, we agree that this ICI should be immediately abolished, no? Sayang ang pera natin, wala din nothing we can expect from this ICI and waste of time lang talaga ito po. Recommendatory lang sila. And parang they are just supporting din po. Parang this is the extension office of Malacanang, no? Of Malacanang. And they are just supporting ang ombudsman po, no? Ang problema pa dyan is we notice, ang mga Filipinos dito sa Malaysia, we notice po na selective lang ang ano nila, ang sabihin natin, ang mga recommendations nila po, no? So, kailangan abolish na natin ito po, no? Abolish na. Sana lang po ang Malacanang will hear the voices of the masses ng mga Pilipino po. Dapat i-abolish na yan po. Ano naman ang rason nagbigay ang Chief Commissioner ng ICI tungkol sa resignation ni Babes Singson? Sabi niya, stress daw po and dahil matanda na si Babe Singson po, so hindi na kaya, no? Siguro hindi na kaya ang trabaho, very stressful ang trabaho po ng mga commissioners po. Let's watch and listen ang report coming from the same source natin, ang GMA5 on itong sabi natin ang ICI reasoning bakit nag-resign si Babe Singson. Let's watch and listen to this.
We reported earlier, si ICI Director at spokesman Brian Osaka, he basically gave us the official ICI line, which basically says na si Singson is resigning dahil labis yung stress sa kanyang katawan at siya medyo may edad na. So baka hindi na niya kayanin moving forward. And also basically, Osaka was saying na naibigay na naman ni Singson ang kanyang expertise doon sa komisyon as a former public works secretary. So as far as that is concerned, prosecutorial na yung next step ng ICI at okay na naibigay na ni Singson ang kanyang contribution. So yun, and maybe in a way that's true na napagod lang si Babe Singson, pero also in a way baka napagod siya sa kakaintay na bigyan sila ng kapangyarihan. But anyway, ito ang bahagi ng aming interview kay Brian Osaka.
Nagkakasundo naman yung tanto. And I don't see any disgruntlement or any frustration to the part of Secretary Singson. And then talaga, it's just because of the stress and the
Yun po.
Okay, Jiggy, yan muna ang latest. Balik sa'yo.
Yun po ang rason ng ICI po when they give the reaction tungkol sa resignation of Babe Singson. And I don't believe po ang stress. Stress is maybe part of it na po, no? Part of the reasons why Babe Singson resigned as commissioner of the ICC or ICI. I beg your pardon, ICI. But knowing the fact, maganda ang record, ang reputasyon ni Babe Singson, no? From the very start when he invited or when they invited him, Malacanang invited him. Kasi sino ba nag-appoint, sino nag-choose ang mga members ng commission ng ICI? Hindi ba ang presidente? He is already aware that this job is very stressful. Especially after, for how many, I think more than a decade po, no? He became the secretary of, cabinet secretary of the late Pinoy Aquino, no? And relaxed na siya as an ordinary citizen, and now he went back, all for the sake of itong problema natin ng corruption sa Pilipinas. He knows that it is stressful. He knows that it is stressful. But for me, or for us dito po sa Sabah, we believe, or we think, no? I'm sorry to say this thing, we think that mayroon pa dahilan talaga. Kaya yun, sabi ni Representative Erase, no? Na napagod na talaga po because ang Malacanang did not responded ang mga request na po, like for example, subpoena power, citing and contempt powers po, and blah blah blah, no? And blah blah blah. So, maganda yun po ang decision. For me, I would like to say kay former commissioner of ICI, si Babe Singson po, you made a very good decision. You deserve a rest. You know? Kung nandoon ka lang po, then matanis din po ang pangalan ninyo. Ang pangalan ninyo po. Maganda na ang record ni Babe Singson po. And of course, being a senior citizen, you deserve to relax na po. Relax na. Tama na yon. No? Kasi kung nandyan ka lang, as what I said, they will tarnish or it will tarnish ang image nyo as a responsible, good government servant, official leader ng Pilipinas po. So sana lang yan po. Diyan pa sa commission, no? They also follow ang Rogelio Babe Singson's steps, no? Sana lang po. Sana lang po. Pero at this, because we look at it, walang mangyari dyan. And remember, this is the second person, member of the ICC or ICI, who resigned. Earlier, nag-resign si Davao or Baguio Mayor Benjamin Magalong. No? Hindi siguro naman yan sa stress. As what Magalong said during interviews po, na sabi niya baka struck a nerve, no? When he was performing ang duty niya as one of the members of the ICI. Grabe na po. Grabe na po. So, congratulations and good. Enjoy your life, Commissioner Babes Singson. You deserve it. And for the administration, current administration, sana lang po kayo naman will come to your senses and abolish na ito po ang ICI, because as what we said, we believe waste of money, waste of time, and nothing will happen. No? Hindi naman yun ICI transparent. Noon, they said, it will be made public ang mga hearings. But isang beses lang po may public hearing. The rest is they gave ang executive session sa mga resource person nila po, which ang mga tao galit na galit. We are not happy with that. No? We are not happy with that. selected. Kagaya, what happened when they recommended? Yesterday, it was announced that recommended ang filing of charges or cases against former Senator Bong Revilla. Plunder ba yun? Or malversation of funds? No? Recommendation lang yan po. No? It doesn't mean file na talaga. But ang kampo naman ni Bong Revilla was saying, why? Or hindi lang ang kampo ni Bong Revilla. Ang mga tao din po were saying, bakit? Si Bong Revilla is more than willing to face the ICI. But ICI never called him po to defend, to clarify whatever allegations thrown against him. Wala po. Only to find out na they recommended for the filing of cases against former Senator Bong Revilla. Is it fair or what? No? Ready? Okay. Gusto na talaga si Bong Revilla po to confront ang ICI. But wala. Bakit po? They never invited Bong Revilla po to defend. To defend himself dyan po sa ICI. Ito ba dahil may political color ito po? Or what? See? Ang dami pa po. Ang dami pa mga tao na dapat ang ICI should be calling them for to allow them to clarify. But hindi po. Focus lang sila sa mga tao na ang mga bosses nila po wants to focus. Focus. Sabi ko, yes. Pero wala na si Martin Romualdez. Martin Romualdez. Sabi nila si Sandro also coming in. Maganda sana yan po. But I think that will be another executive session. And remember, marami mga tao, mga Filipinos was thinking, kumpiyansa din na si Representative Sandro Marcos dahil po, sino ba na-create itong ICI? Hindi ba ang tatay niya po? Hindi ba ang presidente natin? Alang-alang naman. They will pin down ang anak ng presidente. Yan lang po ang the way people reacted po. It can be wrong, it can be right, but let's see what will happen po. Next po. Pero once again, kami dito po, we want to make our stand very clear po that we are calling for to abolish na itong ICI because waste of time, waste of money, waste of everything. Walang nangyari dyan po. So, ito ang issue natin ngayon sa resignation of former commissioner ng ICI, si Rogelio Babe Singson. Before I will conclude itong program natin po, I just want to pass also isang reaction na coming from mga Filipinos dito po sa Sabah na ang issue is about the announcement of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos po na the government will be increasing the salaries ng mga uniform personnel sa Pilipinas. Ibig sabihin, itong mga sundalo, itong mga police, Coast Guard, anything military, uniform personnel. That is a very good announcement po. Maganda yun po. Sana totoo na yan po. Totoo na yan. But the only problem is, based on the Constitution po, based on ang ano natin sa gobyerno natin po, it is not the President who should be announcing po. It should be, the decision must come from the Congress, ang House of Representatives. Kasi sila po ang hawak ng pera. Hawak ng pera ng bayan natin po. And yung announcement po, will it materialize or not? Depende po kung ang Congress will approve budget. Because we are talking about billions ito po. We are not talking about only millions but billions po increase of salaries and perks ng mga uniform personnel. Mayroon ng presidente, mayroon siyang executive order, but hindi yun tama po, Hindi yun tama. It should be coming from the House of Representatives. Remember, during the time of Tatay Digong, when he was the president, early stage po, when he became the president, he announced na increase ang sweldo ng mga sundalo po. Na-materialize yun po. Why? Because ang Kongreso po approve budget. Approve ang budget. Kaya nga nag-increase. Sa ngayon po, ang Kongreso walang say. Ang 2026 budget natin po, sa loob ng 2026 budget, under sa National Expenditure Program natin po, hindi included itong increment ng salaries po or wages. Hindi included. So saan makuha ang presidente? Saan makuha ang presidente ang pondo to increase itong salary ng mga uniform personnel? I am very happy. Again, masayang-masaya ako yung announcement. Kasi kailangan din yon mga military personnel natin po, no? Increase kasi kaya ang buhay nila po. Maganda yon po. But I'm just worried whether ano ba ito, another empty pledges, promises coming from the president, or ano ito, survival, to make sure na ang military will support ang presidente hanggang the last day of his term sa 2028. Ano ba ito, survival move ba ito or what? Yun lang po. Yun lang po. This is the thing that I want to pass. Sana lang po itong promises made by President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos yesterday po will be realized. Kasi kailangan din ang mga sundalo natin, mga police natin po, ang Coast Guard natin po, or sino pa yun, mga uniform personnel natin po. Dahil ang presyo po, grabe na po sa sa Pilipinas. Sana lang po. But the way how I look at it now, hindi naman tayong lawyer, pero saan ba ang pondo ang presidente will get to make his promise a reality? Hindi natin alam. Hindi natin alam po. So, siguro hanggang dito na lang tayo po. But before I will conclude itong programa natin, I just want to share with you, brief lang ito po, ang statement made by Vice President Inday Sara Duterte po regarding ang issues dyan po sa Pilipinas, especially may kunting atake siya po sa Malacanang spokesperson, si Undersecretary Claire Castro. Let's watch and listen to this.
Huwag na natin i-carry kung ano yung sinasabi niya. Kasi unang-una, wala naman siyang maayos na sinasabi. Nakakabobo ng tao yung kanyang sinasabi. At saka pangalawa, nagdadala yun ng kahihiyan. Lalong-lalo na kapag nagsasalita siya na nandun yung seal ng Office of the President. Kasi nakikita yun ng buong mundo.
Yan po, she is referring to a spokesperson Malacanang press officer, si Claire Castro. So siguro hanggang dito na lang po ang programa natin muna for today. And this is the thing that I want to pass sa mga followers ko po. Let us call for the mag-abolish na itong ICI po for the betterment of ang administration, for the betterment of the Filipinos, para hindi masayang ang pera natin. Dami nang nawala pera sa atin, at saka for the betterment of ang bayan natin. So with this, Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day-to-day. Huwag niyo po kalimutan to like itong programa ko po. And mayroon din tayong sa YouTube. Pakisupport na po because this program is designed para sa inyong lahat po. Especially mga Filipinos dito sa Malaysia, dito po sa Kota Kinabalu or sa Sabah, no? So that they will be properly informed. Si Nico Fabian, once again, would like to say mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Merdeka, mabuhay din ang Malaysia. God bless us all. And I'll see you in my next episode. Bye, and I love you.